Is coffee killing your creativity? Our relationship to coffee is so interesting. I was about 2 or 3 cups in this morning and I decided to have a conversation with the coffee consciousness. And a lot of things came to light that I feel like are really helpful to my practice and experience as a creative force, and therefore could assist all of us. So, coffee, we start our day with it when we're figuring out our to-do list, looking ahead at what we'd like to accomplish, what our vision is for the day. So coffee is a catalyst. It is something that supports us in initiating things and starting things, right? But doesn't actually assist us in being able to sustain energy to carry things through into form. Granted, coffee is grounding. It works with us in our root chakra, a place that is associated with presence, with ambition, with leadership, with passion. What drives us? What type of space do we create for ourselves? What type of space do we feel supported? Or where do our insecurities lie? All of these things come up with coffee. So in a culture where we abuse coffee by drinking too much of it, not being mindful or intentional in the use of it, other things start to creep in. Because you realize after a few extra cups of coffee, you may feel a bit nauseous, sick to your stomach, feeling that anxiety, caffeine affecting the heart, right? What allows us to magnetize things, right? What allows us to really feel what's ours, what's for us, that guiding force, it overwhelms it. And so anxiety and panic set in. We're unable to process information. And some of that is a signal to address the shadow side of what we consider success, how we see ourselves as leaders, and our ability to create or to create influence, which influence to me is really about creating or infusing things as a projection or a totem of our personal energy, our authenticity, or whatever we're carrying, right? Gets infused to the things that we create. And so coffee, in a sense, scrambles or interferes with that consciousness, with that energy that we're putting into our projects and our days. And it's like, it doesn't allow us the ability to create a space of intimacy, of getting to know and feel whatever it is that we're pouring our energy into, we're investing ourselves into. And then, at one point I was thinking, like coffee and sex don't mix. Because it's like you want to have that intimacy, but it's difficult to focus. It's only helping you get started. It's helping drum up that energy, but it's not allowing you to sustain it. And so on the other note, like a lot of coffee alternatives have chicory, have dandelion. And these plants assist us with our digestive systems, the ability to consciously process and discern and refine certain products and nutrients. So maybe switching away from coffee and finding other alternatives to help you process information better, to know what to release and what's going to be the most purposeful in whatever assignment you're carrying out. Because just think about it. Even the culture of coffee shops, when we used to go and sit in coffee shops, it was a whole consciousness around work. All of these people coming into this space to be productive, to get some things done, to cross some things off their to-do list. And then on the other hand, we have people who may be unconsciously using coffee, the regulars, the dreamers, right? The visionaries that somehow keep getting overlooked or unable to actually create something, just sitting around waxing poetic all day. But in the same way, they're dealing through and working with, whether they're aware of it or not, their own fears of success or failure, their own ideas of who they would be as a leader, or perhaps their critiques of others who have achieved or accomplished something. And so just looking within that ecosystem, just recognize the types of energies, the types of people you would observe, and what they came to coffee with, and what is being expressed out of them. It is all a projection and experience of the state of their root chakra. So whenever we're drinking coffee, we are working on becoming aware and building a relationship with the foundations of our being that allow us to fulfill and meet our visions, our desires, or help us become aware of the ways in which we place restrictions or limitations on that within ourselves. So next time you sit down with coffee, just think about what you're going to it for and with, and being mindful of those moments when you're 2 or 3 cups in, what's coming up. Address it, sit with it, honor it. Don't continue to push through something for the sake of being productive and just getting the dang thing out there, right? And consider coffee alternatives. Consider chicory and dandelion tea. It's very beneficial, very nourishing, and will help you relieve the pressures of time in order to fully participate in what it is that you're creating and the type of leader that you aspire to be. So you can anchor that energy and really sit with your authentic vision, with your authentic expression of self to create something that actually magnetizes and brings in and is a totem for the experiences that you want to have, the lifestyle that you wish to lead, the influence that you want to put out into the world in order to contribute it to a more better collective space. So learn how to use coffee in order to support your offerings to the world's altar, and not to get caught up in all of the other things that come along with it.